Welcome to More Than a Few Words, a marketing conversation. This is your host, Lorraine Ball. And today, we're going to talk about the little things. We're going to talk about 5 quick things you can do to improve your marketing. And to have that conversation, I've invited Cara Chatellier to join me. Cara is the founder and creative director of Bubbly Creative, a boutique marketing agency that helps women-led service businesses pop with smart, engaging, and results-driven digital marketing. She's got a background in sales, a talent for storytelling, and an eye for strategy. Sounds like just the person I want to be talking today. So, Cara, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Lorraine. I'm really happy to be here.
I am so excited to have you, and I really want to dive into this topic you suggested because I am so tired of some of the ho-hum, oh yeah, do this, do that, this will all work, blah, blah, blah. I was intrigued by your 5 tiny fixes because I think most business owners and marketers can get their head around the little things.
Completely. I totally agree. One of the things we do when we meet with new clients is we sit down with them for 2 hours. We do a deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
And when we come out of that meeting, we like to have like a big picture of what the client is like and what we can do to help them. But we always include like low hanging fruit, like these tiny things that we know are going to make a big impact. So this topic, the 5 tiny fixes, is just really poignant for me because it's something we do all the time with our clients.
Cool. And I love that. And I've sat on that side of the equation, and you have all these big picture things, but you also have a client that is ready to get started and they want to see some impact. So the little things that you can do while you're working on the serious strategy and laying that foundation is always real important. So what are
Definitely.
some of the common quick fixes that you've seen that deliver nice results, get the client satisfied, get things moving, and then you can focus on the bigger things?
So I think first and foremost, and I talk about this a lot to the business owners I speak to, especially if it's like a solopreneur or someone who has a small business, there's not a lot of team members. Sometimes you'll go to their website or you'll go to their social media and you'll see a lot of text-driven posts. Or you'll see, some stock photos. You won't see their face. You won't see the team. And you go to the website and it could be anybody's business. So
Mm-hmm.
I really, I don't want to say forceful, not in an aggressive way, but I always really drive home, especially if it's, if you're not, it's a software company, if it's very personal, like service-based business, if you're putting yourself in front of your clientele, show your face. Get a great headshot taken if you have the budget. I am such a proponent for a professional photo shoot. I think it's tons of fun. And it's just a great way to showcase who you are and what you do and how you can serve the client. And it builds trust.
I absolutely agree with you. And I've experimented, and you're going to laugh, with a lot of different formats. A friend of mine developed this technology where I could actually walk across the screen on my website and say hello. And kind
Love
of,
it.
it was, well, you love it the first time. The 50th time you come to the website, you're like, okay, I got to get it off.
Like, I get it. Hi.
Yeah, hi. But it really was that very personal, very real. We're real people. Okay. So number 1, personalize your website. Get some photos up there. Show people the faces behind the business. Number 2, what else should I do?
So number 2 is something that's often overlooked. People usually have these, but they don't really do anything with them, and it's a Google Business Profile. So the Google Business Profile is free to have. As we all know, Google runs the internet. So, if they have a tool that impacts search results, you want to use it.
Mm-hmm.
On Google Business, you can add those photos that we just mentioned. You can add photos of your brick and mortar office if you have it. You can post on it like it's a social platform, so you can repurpose your social content there. You can add information about your business. And maybe most important, you can get reviews from former clients, present clients. And, we definitely see those a lot when it comes to restaurants, hair salons, spas, but agencies like Bubbly Creative, we can use it. Plenty of female owned service-based businesses, whether you're a service or a product, you can use Google Business as well and really leverage what it offers.
I love that. I I know that with some of the AI search, you don't get as much lift from maybe My Business as you used to get, but you still get lift. And if the Google AI tool is looking on the internet for you, when they're done looking at your website, they're going to go to their properties. So
Exactly.
I definitely would suggest, even if you post stuff that you're posting elsewhere, just get it into your routine. Keep that page vibrant and active. That is a great tip. Okay, number 3.
Okay, so number 3, this is going to take a little legwork on the business owner's part. But so, for example, myself, we target female-owned service-based businesses. We do a lot with health and beauty founders. So health and beauty, health and wellness. So let's say a OBGYN or a dermatologist, people like that. So gather a group of your target market, whether it's 5 people, if you can get 10, great. Have them look at your content, have them look at what you're putting forward, and get feedback from them. And this is going to take a little bit of legwork. Maybe you want to offer them a free lunch. Maybe it's friends of friends. Maybe it's people that are adjacent. But getting that firsthand feedback, no pressure from them to be your client. But it's a great way to learn about your business and how it's appealing to the people you're trying to reach.
That is such a good strategy. I've done it specifically with websites where I sort of stand over their shoulder and say, "Hey, do me a favor, hop on my website and see if you can find."
Yes, yes.
But you're really taking it that one step further, that asking them, what do they think? Does this resonate with you? I love that idea. I love that idea. Okay.
Right. Sometimes you just need someone who's not a part of your business to kind of like, you're so involved, right? It's
Mhm.
so hard to take that step back.
And I've become a little bit of an AI geek. So I actually did an exercise. I don't ignore my customers. I actually talk to real people. That's
Mm-hmm.
important.
Right.
But I actually went to AI and said, "Tell me about this brand. Tell me, tell me about what you find, what you're learning, who it's for." And it was eye opening because some of the messaging was great, but some of it was like, "Ooh, is that what people think?" I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
not bad, but that's not what I want them to think. And so now you're on this mission. And if you do the human interaction and you get that feedback to go with it, you've got a great foundation.
Definitely. Yeah. Multifaceted too, which is really important.
Absolutely. Okay. So, number 4, what do we got?
Number 4, and this one's a little tricky for many, but putting yourself on video, talking about your founder story. I know everyone's
Mhm.
cringing. I already made them show their face in photos. Now I'm telling them to make videos. Um, but the thing is, right now, with video, you can transcribe that video. You can turn that into quotes you can use on social media. You can turn it into blogs. You can turn it into content for your website. You can use it on social, of course. And it's kind of like leaning in a little bit to that personalization. You want your prospective clients to know you, to feel like they can trust you instead of being that kind of like cold, personless environment. So
Mhm.
really anything that can like warm up your business is really important. And obviously you don't want these videos to be misguided. So do a little research. You can
Mhm.
there's actually an app. I will try to find it and send to you if there's show notes we can, but
Mhm.
one of my clients uses like a teleprompter
Oh,
app,
yeah.
and that can help too if you're feeling like really camera shy.
If you're feeling really camera shy, you can also just have, and I like this, I'll do sometimes do bullet points up on the screen. Because
Yes.
one of the things that does happen, I think, with teleprompters is if you really start reading, then it gets a little, little creepy. So maybe you read it once and then record it again and put the notes away and just, you know it. If you mess up, it's okay. But
Totally.
I love pushing clients to video because that's where they need to be now. Like it or not, that's where they need to be.
Exactly. And I think if this is kind of like 4B, just like a
Mhm.
little extra. If you're feeling really nervous about that video, write down your founder story and include like a couple pictures of you with that founder story. People love that. And you can share it
Mhm.
kind of every 6 months because the shelf life, you could share it more often, but if you're camera shy, you're not going to want to do that. But push yourself, share that, every 6 months or so and just kind of like reintroduce yourself. Little 4C for this too. The
Okay, you know what? We're going to pause after 4B because we're already over the 10-minute limit.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
No
Okay.
worries, no
I
worries.
had like a little extra. I can't even remember what it was. That's why
Oh,
I
so,
dead aired it. I had
yeah, that's okay. I think if we stop there and then you let me just ask the for the quick five, I can either ask the question for the fifth one, or I can tell them that they're going to have to follow up with you to find out the last one.
fab. I love that.
Okay. Okay. So that is a great fourth tip. But we're kind of running low on time. And so, what I'm going to suggest to everybody who's listening, if you are curious about the fifth tip and other marketing advice, you definitely want to follow up with Cara. You want to head over to Bubbly Creative. There will be a link in the show notes so that you can read her blog post, see her video, check out the photos of her team. Cara, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Lorraine, thank you so much for having me. I had a blast.
This was a lot of fun. Thanks again. And if you'd like to find other conversations like this, be sure to check out morethanafewwords.com or listen wherever you typically head for podcasts. Share an episode with a friend and come back next week. This has been another episode of More Than a Few Words. Thanks for listening.